Late winter floods show us exactly why the winter pools are where they are. Floods also provide a unique fishing opportunity.
I grew up in Rockville, Maryland, a suburb of DC, about a quarter mile away from the tributary of the Potomac called Watts Branch. And every spring, Watts Branch would flood. A little one-lane bridge down there that, you'd always get a car that would get stuck out on it, and the fire department would come out and it'd be this big spectacle. I was always, drawn to it, seeing this creek that I always played in and rearranged rocks to make dams, and something that was my playground turned into something that was clearly, a risk to my life. But I was drawn to it. I couldn't keep away from it. I think when you're in the presence of this much power, of natural power in the form of water, I never feel more alive than when I'm in the presence of something like that. But yeah, this is the sort of end of winter ice out flood that tells you why fish winter in the places that they do. Right here you have an area, you have this ridge that protects this little area here. They're fine in this spot right here. Out there, all the fish that live out in those ledges that I usually park my vehicle right down there. That's the end of the parking lot, and go out and play around in these ledges, but you can't even see them. They're 10, 12 feet underwater. But all the fish that live in this section of river are tucked up into where this big log is sitting down here, because they're calm. There's calm water here, and they can move out of the way.
Creek mouths create ideal slack current areas that concentrate fish by the hundreds during these floods.
That's a good one. Come on. Ooh. Ah, get in there. Look at that! Ha ha! Mustard yellow. Eating a black worm.
Double.
Oh!
Double.
Mine's off.
Huge fish. Huge. Flooded creek mouth, zero visibility, black hair jig, water's cold, 40, maybe 41 degrees. And we have, like I said, no visibility here whatsoever, but flooded backwater area.
When the river floods like this, and these creek mouths back up like little ponds, they're really two hot spots that you want to really spend most of your time fishing. One is right inside the creek mouth. These fish come in to get out of the way of the flooding river, and they'll stop right here and rest and eat. There's a lot of things going on here that are advantageous in terms of places to eat and some calmer water. The other place, which is a really good hot spot for them to get something to eat, is all the way up, as far up as that little pond has still water, right where that meets where the creek starts flowing again. That transition from flowing water to still water really, it's a good feeding station for them. So caught a number of fish today. Overall, we certainly had one thing in common. We had a lot of fish caught on black. We didn't focus in on these. We had our hair jig, John's hair jigs, and some of those we tipped with plastic. And we had these small worms. This was the trick worm with it floats up. And then we had the worm nose weight rigged on the imitation craw tube Again, just like these two baits, it was a lifting up profile, just the way that the weight is down and the claws are up. You know, the hair does the same thing. It lifts up in the water. You know, all of these are really speaking to the fish's lateral line. You know, it's just something waving up off the bottom. So that's been our overall pattern today is dark, generally small profile, and lifting up off the bottom.
Thank you.